If you're considering hearing aids or hearables, you may have come across Nuheara. In this video, I will review the Nuheara IQbuds MAX and tell you if they're any good for hearing loss or tinnitus. Make sure to stick around until the end of this video where you'll get the full details on the 4 pros and the 3 cons of the Nuheara IQbuds MAX. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Ben Thompson. I'm the founder of TrebleHealth.com, an online telehealth service for those with hearing loss or tinnitus. Let's start with the look and feel of the Nuheara IQbuds MAX. First of all, they are larger black devices that go in the ear and they stick out slightly outside of the ear. They occlude the ear, meaning that they block the ear canal so that they are processing sound, and the sound that you're hearing, it's all being processed through the unit. When I tested them out, they passed my shake test. That meant I shook my head, I danced, I jumped up and down, I went on a little run, and they did not fall out of my ears. So that's a great sign. When I ordered them, they came with different rubber tips. That's the little piece that goes inside the ear canal and creates a good seal. Depending on the size of ear canal you have, you should be able to find the right size tip to provide that good seal in your own ear. The Nuheara IQbuds app for Android and Apple products has high ratings, and I found it easy to use for different features, including noise reduction, changing different hearing aid settings, and adjusting the basic volume settings of the device. Inside of the app, you can take a hearing test through something that's called Ear ID, which measures sound from 500 to 6,000 hertz, which is very similar to a standard hearing test. Based on your Ear ID score, the devices will output different settings to give you a little boost if you needed that, depending on the hearing test result. Through the noise reduction feature, world on, world off, you can adjust the devices to have a transparency mode, hearing the world around you, or turning off the noise of the world around you. Another program they have is called SINC, which stands for Speech in Noise Control, and that lets you activate the noise reduction for external sounds so that you can maintain the high quality speech information that's coming in front of you. So that's typically used if you're in a place like a restaurant or somewhere that's noisy. Additionally, they have a setting called Focus On or Focus Off, which focuses the microphone directions in front of you and turns off the microphone directions of sounds that are coming from behind you. In terms of program adjustments, through the app, you can choose 7 different types of situations or environments that you can optimize your listening for. And to adjust those on your ear, you can tap the button, you can tap the device, and that will change it for you. So I thought that was pretty convenient and overall a good result. The IQbuds MAX do have a rechargeable battery. When that battery is fully charged, it lasts about 5 hours. The case itself holds 3 charges, and it takes about 90 minutes to fully charge the devices. I ran the Nuheara IQbuds MAX through a professional test box to verify their output, and what I found was that they're definitely not recommended for those who have more than a moderate degree of hearing loss. That's expected because a majority of people have a mild to moderate degree of hearing loss. And as I said, I would not recommend the Nuheara IQbuds for anyone who has more than a moderate degree of hearing loss. If you have a moderate or mild degree of hearing loss, these could be a good solution for you. However, you should also consider standard hearing aids as well. Now let's get into the pros and cons of the Nuheara IQbuds MAX. I'm going to start with pro number 1. Pro number 1, the Nuheara IQbuds MAX are some of the best hearables on the market. They're able to combine that Bluetooth streaming of music and audio with some amplification features of hearing aids in a way that not many other companies are doing. So for that, they are unique, and that is their major benefit, their major pro. Pro number 2 is that rechargeable battery case that I was speaking about earlier. It is convenient, and the rechargeability is good, as I said, up to 5 hours. So that means you can use these situationally for music, audio streaming, or for hearing loss and getting an amplification boost. Pro number 3 is that they have great sound quality for audio streaming, whether that's music, speech information, whatever information is coming from your phone through Bluetooth. Because the device is fairly large and it has the ability to play a dynamic range of sound, the sound quality I found was great. Pro number 4 is that you can take a hearing test with the devices in your ears through the Nuheara app. And that means you'll be able to customize the sound going through your hearing system. Although there's still value to an in-person hearing test, using the Nuheara app and doing the test through the app could give you a good start on helping your hearing loss, or it could validate and verify the in-person hearing test you've already had. Now we're going to talk about the 3 cons. Con number 1 is the occlusion effect. For those of you who do not know, the occlusion effect means that when I put something in my ears and it completely blocks my ear canal, my own voice changes, and then all of the hearing that I'm perceiving of the world around me, all of those sounds are processed through the electronics. That means that some of that natural ambient type sound is lost whenever I block or completely occlude my ears. If you're someone who has hearing loss only in the high pitch range, which is the majority of users, then I would never recommend completely blocking your ear canals, because it reduces your ability to hear that natural low pitch sound. Now you'd have to hear that low pitch sound through the amplification and through the processing of the devices. Whenever we have the choice, I would advise to keep an open ear canal fitting instead of occluding your ear canals. Again, that's especially for people who have only a partial high pitch or high frequency hearing loss. Second drawback is battery life. If you're using the Nuheara IQbuds just for sound streaming through audio, taking phone calls, listening to music, maybe that's not a problem because it's not too different than other hearables like AirPods Pro on the market. However, if you're planning on relying on these for hearing loss, then only having a battery life of 5 hours is not ideal, because you're likely going to need to hear people, depending on your lifestyle, more than just 5 hours a day. So that's a consideration of something to look out for. Drawback number 3, con number 3 is the size. They are larger than I would like. They are slightly larger than other Bluetooth hearables on the market. That said, the quality of music, the quality of sound, the quality of the amplification via the hearing aid feature is great. So there is that pro and con, there is that give and take. When you have a larger device, you typically have a little better chance at having robust sound quality for speech and music. Overall, I want you to know that the Nuheara IQbuds MAX are first a Bluetooth streaming technology, and second, providing some hearing aid features. If you have hearing loss in the mild range, then you can try them and see how they do. If you have tinnitus and you have hearing loss only in the high pitches, then I would not recommend occluding your ears for the tinnitus sound therapy. It's not a great long-term solution. If you have tinnitus, I would recommend you have the ear canals open so that you can provide that natural ambient sound that helps the habituation process to reduce and retrain tinnitus. Again, if you have hearing loss and tinnitus, you might want to reconsider. If this video was helpful, please find that thumbs up button and let me know. I do watch and I do appreciate that. If you are new here on my YouTube channel, welcome. My name is Dr. Ben Thompson. I'm an audiologist. I'm also someone who loves outdoor adventure sports and spending time with family. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you get to stay up to date with the newest videos about tinnitus management and hearing loss technology. If you enjoyed this video, on my side, you'll see another that talks about AirPods and how they could potentially help hearing loss or tinnitus. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next video or on one of my future videos here on my YouTube channel. Bye-bye.